Everybody. It is really late on Friday night, and I didn't do this on purpose, but I'm gonna be glad I did it later, and you'll see why. Okay. But I gotta do things in order because, as you may or may not know, yesterday was a little dicey in my area because we didn't know how much rain and everything we were gonna get and everything. So it passed through, it really passed through early, but then all the stuff started or stopped around noon. So, but again, you don't know this kind of stuff, so, um, you know. Uh, so that's kind of why I didn't do this until now, because like I said before, the Golden Bachelorette airs on Wednesday night, well, in my area. So I could have done it yesterday, but due to, I didn't. Okay. So I'm going to give you the briefest synopsis I can of this. Okay. Because, um, I don't know. I'm starting to learn all their names, but I'm still not, it's not gelled in my head yet. So, and the only reason, I'll be completely honest, the only reason that I know some names is because I read, okay, now this is full disclosure. I read a website that has a article by Katie Couric, and she watched The Bachelorette 2 and broke down everything. Otherwise, I wouldn't know names. So, um, okay, so first of all, I have to break down a few small things so you understand the bigger picture here. Okay, so the Golden Bachelorette has two things. It's it's geared toward older seniors, meaning I guess 60 plus. Now this is their definition, not mine. So don't hurt me. But also, um, the star, had a husband and he passed away. So so now is the time she was finally able to maybe look for love again. So I mean that aspect of it is kind of nice. Okay, so we get to the daters, right? And there are two main dates that I remember. Now, granted, I'm not taking notes for this show because I take a lot of notes for other things. So, okay. So the first date was a senior prom with a group of the bachelors, and this is typical bachelorette form. Okay, they have usually, depending on the amount of the group, they have two group dates and one single date. And you want the single date because it gives you more one-on-one time, obviously. Okay. The only caveat to the single date is if you do not receive the rose on the single date, you automatically go home. So okay. The group dates were let's see, senior prom where they got all dressed up, and then she chose one bachelor from that and spent some time with him and gave him a rose. And I think it was because he touched her the most. So that's what happened there. Okay. Then the next group date was a talent show, and you had to have a talent or something to show off, and then the winner would get an individual date. So, um, so then they picked the winner, Dan, and then he got to spend some time with her, and they went to Disneyland, and I think California, and they spent a whole day alone, I think, at the park, and just it was great. You could tell they had chemistry the whole thing. Okay, and he received a rose on the date, so he's still okay. And then honestly, that's all I remember. But those were the highlights in my mind anyway. And then when I was rereading or reading her ideas and things, they kind of gelled with mine. So I was like, okay, I just forgot the names at first, but then I got the names from her article. So, yeah, that's a very brief synopsis of what happened on the Golden Bachelorette this week. Now, as the group whittles down, I'm gonna remember names more because there won't be so many to remember. But right now, I'm still in no man's land. So, so. All right. Bye, guys.